Hey everybody, my name is Shay. This is my first time doing this. Um, so I'm going to start rolling out some videos. There are some videos on this channel that I made that wasn't really for the public. It was to help some ladies do some step work. And anyways, I just feel like I'm called to continue the work that I started. I love recovery. I love the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. I love the originally written program and the divinely written literature of the Alcoholics Anonymous program. I also love the Lord. I love listening to preachers. I love reading books by old Christian mystics. I do a lot and I love a lot. I am a person in long-term recovery. And what that means for me is I have not had the desire to put any mind or mood altering substances in my body in over 6 years. I also run a recovery home called Betty's House, and I'm active in my recovery. I am a certified addiction counselor level 2. I am working on getting my master's right now so that I can become an LPC, which is my ultimate goal. I just love to help people, and most importantly, I love to help people in recovery. I do separate my, paying job, my career, with my 12th step work. I do not blur that line. I make sure that I still continue my work in myself and working with others, at no cost. But anyways, I am going to start creating some videos. I am just super excited here. I know that, there's a lot of, things that I listen to, and it just sparks my, I don't know, it lights a fire in me when I'm hearing. I listen to a lot of preachers, so, and I'll, take what they say and I'll hear it and I'll relate it as it is for us in recovery, as it relates to the 12 steps. And the same thing I do when I read my Bible. And I'm actually writing a devotion. Hopefully one day that'll be out. I've got probably 80 devotions now. I just hadn't hit the ground running with that, but regardless, I still write, and I have, notes in my phone where, I'll be listening to a song. So what my devotion is, the title of it is a song. And then I kind of write about it. I bring scripture. I bring some book that I'm reading. I bring commentary. I love to read commentary. Just a lot of stuff. So Matthew Henry is one of my favorite commentaries. I even have the big, huge book of the entire Bible for his commentary. David Guzik on Blue Letter Bible is awesome as well. But anyway, so I bring that, and I bring books that I read. A.W. Tozer, one of my all-time favorite authors. Love him. But anyways, in this devotion, it's titled with a song. It has a bolded scripture of whatever I'm thinking about or whatever I'm bringing to the table. And then I'll throw some AA literature in there, whatever, sparks my mind. I've been in the rooms in and out for a very long time. I know the big book and the 12 and 12, kind of like the back of my hand. I'm in wonder by it. It's a beautifully written program. As they say in our doctor's opinion, it was written in such masterly detail, and that could only be the Lord, in my opinion. So I bring AA literature in, and, at the bottom I say, hey, read further, read the rest of this out of the 12 and 12, or read these few paragraphs in the big book, and then read the scripture, and then listen to the song. It all will just open your heart for a new experience. We have that set aside prayer in the recovery rooms that, every time we open the word or open our literature or go into a meeting or share our story, it's, God, we just set aside everything that we think we know about you, about the big book, about the Bible, about others, about myself, about this meeting or this experience, so that I can have a new experience with you. And that was kind of the thing that held me back for so long, was I wasn't getting a new experience. I was trying to get recovery, and I would talk about things that I had never experienced before. And therefore, recovery never stuck with me. This first video that I'm going to make, something that just was inspired by me, Bill Johnson, I love him. Bethel Church is absolutely beautiful, but it's this psychic change. Without this psychic change, there is very little hope for my recovery, as it says in the doctor's opinion. And that's what I could not get. I was in and out of the room since I was 17 years old, and I never, of course, worked the program, but I couldn't get it. Like, I didn't, y'all's language was just foreign to me. And, keep coming back, live and let live. It works if you work it, and meeting makers make it. All that stuff used to irk me because I wasn't having an experience with the literature that I was reading until I just absolutely, I guess, in humiliation, but it was that humility. It says in step 1 in the 12 and 12, until he so humbles himself, his recovery, if any, will be precarious, and that's very likely to fall or collapse. And that was me. I tried to hold on to all those old ideas, all my old experiences of where I felt the power of God flow in, and it didn't work. I needed a new experience, and I need one every single day. I can't live off yesterday's recovery. So this is kind of something that I want to do. I don't know, how often I'll be able to do it. But I'm just going to let the Lord lead, So anyways, thanks for listening, and I'll be back with another video.